Welcome to The Leftovers. I'm Rachel Belle. The Leftovers is audio left on the cutting room floor from last week's Your Last Meal interview. And today you'll hear never-before-heard cuts from Isaac Brock, lead singer, guitarist, and songwriter of Modest Mouse. If you listened to Isaac on Your Last Meal last week, you know he loves two things: swearing and cooking.
I'll make buttermilk biscuits from scratch. So I made butter.
Wait, you made butter?
Which is the single easiest thing you can do in a kitchen. You ever want to impress some people? Make butter. And then what separates from it is the buttermilk. Then you just use the buttermilk from that to make your buttermilk biscuits and the butter as well.
Amazing. If you missed last week's episode, I recommend going back and giving it a listen before you check this one out. But if you're all caught up, here is my lightning round with Isaac Brock. Oh, before we get started, this is your official warning that there are some swear words in this episode. So if there are kids within earshot, you might want to save this one for later. Isaac celebrated his 50th birthday earlier this summer. What is your perfect birthday cake?
That's been a question asked a lot. And so much so that spies have been sent. My children were sent to just randomly ask me questions, which they don't normally do with a fucking notepad. But anyways.
It's really cute.
I did settle on this chantilly cream cake with berries in it and a kind of a light white cake. Somewhere between an angel food
cake.
Between an angel food and a regular vanilla cake.
What was the first concert you ever went to?
Honestly, I think it was Paul McCartney.
How old were you?
I was in the 7th grade. My mom had gotten tickets somehow. She, was of the age to really, really love the Beatles. And I was in the 7th grade and was just getting into the Beatles. So I was listening to them very, very a lot. But I didn't know anyone in the band's name. I was just like, there's a band called the Beatles and I like them. They might be old, they might be new. I don't fucking know. But she let me go instead of her. I really think she should have gone because
you didn't go together.
No, she was giving out a ticket, and so she let me go with these other people, her friends or something. I was just like, oh, this is goofy. This is not selling it to me. So
well, it's probably a lot of wings too, then, right?
A lot of stonewashed jeans pulled up above people's belly buttons with tucked in T-shirts as they smoked joints and remembered the past and stuff.
What is a meal or some expensive food that you remember splurging on when you got your first big paycheck?
I do. One thing I remember in particular was going to some restaurant that was really nice and ordering really expensive, fancy wine. And then me and Jeremiah going out to smoke cigarettes outside, and the waiter / an arrogant prick comes out and is like, I would never smoke a cigarette if I just ordered this X amount of dollar bottle of wine. And we're like, probably true, but good point, but have it to yourself.
Yeah, we already paid for it.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about it. What is the most stereotypical Portlandia eating habit or preference that you have?
Most Portlandia eating habit I have is that every restaurant that I want to order from is already closed. Yesterday, I looked up 5 best whatever. 4 out of 5 of them that I called no longer existed, and that was from last year. The turnover it's fun. Everyone gets to have a restaurant for a year. Whatnot. The turnover is kind of crazy. And so you get so many different takes on everything. It's kind of hard to even track, And to be completely fair, we don't go out and eat that often because 5 and 7-year-olds it's not worth it. And they got school and it's, we just go get home and do that. And if I am eating food from somewhere else, I usually am ordering it to the studio because that would also be sort of a sin to be like, I'm fucking off to go eat at a restaurant by myself. Yeah.
Do you ever do your solo ramen when you're in Portland, or is that only when you're on tour?
No, I'll do some solo ramen, but it gets brought to the studio. I don't go and sit down in the ramen place, except for maybe on haircut days, which is once every few months.
I like that. It feels very like being a kid, like going to get your haircut and then going to some 50s diner with your dad and having a milkshake, but it's your own version of that.
Yeah. Yeah, milkshakes. Now, milkshakes happen because kids want milkshakes. And so I
love milkshakes.
They're so good. And is it the perfect food? Why is it not on my list? I'm taking it for granted. I love the milkshake.
I love the milkshake the best when I'm coming back from hiking and you stop at one of those little tiny roadside burger places. That's my favorite.
And you can
milkshake.
justify it. You just burned like some amount of calories. Like there was uphill walking. You saw a tree and it did tree shit. Like you're just like, yeah, I mean, I'll probably die if I don't eat a milkshake. I've burned all that looking at tree calorie. Yeah.
And they're not even the best milkshakes. They often are with chocolate syrup in the vanilla ice cream.
Yeah, it's Hershey's chocolate syrup.
Yeah, but it's the experience.
Yeah. Yeah, those places are cute. Someone's got to keep rural high school kids employed, and it's the milkshake place. Summer job.
Yes. Have you been to that little place in Cascade Locks outside of Hood River, right under the Bridge of Gods?
I have.
Have you gotten the big cone? I'm talking about the soft serve cones at Eastwind Drive-In in Cascade Locks, Oregon. And if you order the large, it is at least a foot tall. It is ridiculous. And turns out I love ridiculous foot-long ice cream cones. Get the large cone.
Really?
It is literally this big. She can barely get it out the window.
Ooh, I like
Everybody
that.
wants to talk to you. Everybody wants to know. It's so fun and so novel. It's like the best $7 you could have with your life.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I think at one point my entire list was going to just be ice cream. I once came up with a flavor that we had this company Ruby Jewel make, and they're a good ice cream company. It was
Is that the ice cream sandwiches?
They do that, but they also make ice creams, and I think they're pretty great. They did a flavor for us called Rum and Despair, and it was caramelized pears and sort of a rum. What was it? There was rum and caramelized pears involved. And Rum and Despair, it didn't sell for shit. They gave it all back to us, basically.
It doesn't sound like a popular flavor.
No, but it was a fun
Did you
name.
like it?
Yeah, it was actually really good. I just found this company, Dr. Bombay, and they have a peanut butter jelly flavor, which you're like, whatever. And they also have like an orange tickle flavor, and you're like, whatever. But they fucking cracked the code. And it's not just like peanut butter swirls and jelly swirls. They also have like basically like frozen grape Kool-Aid in there, which is kind of icy. And it gives it this other texture. Same thing with the orange tickle one. It's not just like vanilla ice cream and orange sherbet.
Yeah.
They have fucking like frozen orange Kool-Aid crunches in their swirl. And it nails the experience of it. And it's great. And I was reading the side of it, and it was like made with genetically modified ingredients or whatever. And I was like, I was like, don't care. Delicious. Like, turns out we found out when I don't care is right here. And then I was like, I want to find out more about this company. So I Googled them, and first thing pops up, like fucking Snoop Dogg and someone dressed up like in this crazy gorilla costume. I guess that's Dr. Bombay. Like, I think it's a company that like a big professional athlete. I think it's their company. They're beloved by many.
Well, Isaac Brock, thank you so much for chatting with me.
This
was really fun.
Yeah.
It's so obvious how much you love to chat about food, and I love that.
Nice. Well, thanks for doing this. Thanks for having me. That's what you say.
And that was Isaac Brock's Leftovers. The Leftovers and Your Last Meal are both products of Seattle's Cascade PBS. Become a Cascade PBS member by making a donation at cascadepbs.org/donate. For as little as $5 a month, your donation gives you access to Cascade PBS Passports, which means you can stream any PBS show at any time. All PBS stations recently lost federal funding, so we could really use your help to keep our shows on the air. Find a link to become a member in the show notes. This episode was mixed and mastered by Sarah Bernard with production assistance from Maliha Syed. I created, co-produce, and host Your Last Meal and The Leftovers. Original theme music by Prom Queen. I'm Rachel Belle, and this is The Leftovers.